Hi, it's Marima here. I came today to the mountains of Cordova to talk to you about how to work with clients that inspire you and energize you. I talk with a lot of my clients that are business owners or business executives, business people in general. And they tell me the most difficult aspect of their companies or their business is to get clients because the process is not smooth. They feel the process is hard, it's exhausting, they have to convince and persuade people. Sometimes their customers, they feel they don't understand their products and services. They have to educate the market, their customers, the sales cycle is too long, it's 18 months, etc., etc. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips to make that process much easier. The first tip is the one that has helped me the most in my business, and is to stand in the conviction that your perfect customers are looking for you right now. They are looking for your products and your services. Why is that going to help you? Because one of the things that happen in business is that we have the tendency to stay too long in the disappointments, in the normal disappointments that happen in business. A client turns you down, it turns your proposal, or it doesn't even answer to your proposal, or it tells you that it doesn't have budget, doesn't have money, doesn't have the competitors are there, and then that happened to you, and you spend weeks talking with your colleagues, with the board directors, with your peers about what happened to you, complaining, trying to change the situation. You basically enter what I call the victim mode. You enter in reacting. However, when you stand in the conviction that your perfect client is looking for your products and services, you know instinctively you can't stay in there for too long. Because then that perfect customer that is looking for you is going to miss you. It's going to find you in your victim mode. It's going to find you in your disappointment instead of finding you in the enthusiasm and in the passion for what you want to provide to the world. So stand in that conviction is going to change. It is a mindset shift. The second tip is describe your perfect customer in detail, because the devil is in the details. A lot of my clients tell me, but Marima, my perfect customers have money to spend on my products and services. And that is fine, of course, it's a requisite. But once I have a client that have money to spend on my products and services, but he didn't agree about my product. He was fighting me what my product should be. And we spent some time going back and forth about what my product should be, and eventually we had to call it quits because he was the perfect customer for another provider. Another advantage of having a perfect description of a detailed description of your perfect customer is that you identify the non-perfect customer earlier, and you don't spend a whole year trying to adapt and cater to that non-perfect customer. You cut your losses, and your perfect customer finds you open and willing to receive it. My third tip is actually based in a book from Simon Sinek, another author that I admire. In his book Start With Why, when he says the goal should be not to find customers that need what we have, but find customers that believe what we believe. But many businesses don't know what their values are. So their perfect customers cannot find them. And I love this book when Simon Sinek gives example after example where you can tell very clearly that customers actually align with the underlying values of the businesses they buy from. So this is what I do in my practice, and I love to do this. It's not about cultural change, because it's not about changing who you are, but more discovering the values that you already have in your business, bringing them to the fore, and making business decisions in a more intentional way by those values. And you will be amazed how your perfect clients align with that. So the summary of the third tip is find the clarity of your core values, your company passions, and bring them to the fore and make decisions more intentionally by them. You will see how much better are the relations with your perfect customers that come to you because they believe in what you believe. So I hope these 3 tips were useful for you today, and I wish you an experience of inspiring and energizing clients every day like I have.